Today, we're going to talk about buying a new construction home. If you have been out here searching for a home for any length of time and looking at resale homes, you have obviously seen the high home prices along with the high interest rates. And you may have thought that, you know what, maybe it's just better for me to try and buy a brand new home, because if I have to pay high home prices anyway, why not just buy a new home where you're the first owner and you get to have everything brand new in your home? So today we're going to touch on new construction homes, the different types, and how do you buy new construction and what you need to look out for. First off, let's talk about the positives of buying new construction. The first thing is that everything is brand new. And if everything is new, that means you don't necessarily have to worry about things breaking or falling apart. At least you hope, for at least maybe a long time or a few years, which can be very stress relieving. Everything is brand new, from the appliances, the roof, the HVAC system, the landscaping. Need I say more? And wouldn't it be great to be the very first owners of a new home where you don't have to worry about what the previous owners left behind and their dreadful paint colors or their really disgusting pet odors? It can be real enticing to just scrap your resale home search and start looking to buy new construction. Because with resale homes, you're taking on the previous owner's problems. You may have to replace a roof in a few years, and there's just more wear and tear with a resale home. Another positive thing about buying a new construction is that a lot of the new homes have energy efficient systems, like they have cooling systems and appliances that use less electricity and water, which can save you some money on your bills. And what's not great about customizing your entire home the way that you want, allowing you to have complete control over the process and how your home looks. That can be a very rewarding experience. And I bet now some of you are really thinking about buying a new construction home. So let's discuss the different types of new construction homes that are available. The top tier home is the custom built. And as the name suggests, it is built exactly to your specifications, starting with the land it's built on. You will get to choose the land where you want the home to be built. And once you choose the land, you will hire a builder to build your home on that land. You will decide on everything from the floor plan to the number of bedrooms, the paint colors, the windows, the doorknobs, everything. So you get to start the blueprint from zero. So as you can imagine, it can take months or years to build a custom home, and it will cost you some money. But what's great is that you have complete control, and you can't beat that. Now, the next type of home below the custom built is the semi-custom home. With the semi-custom home, you're not going to have say over everything in the home, and some things will be chosen for you. For instance, like the land will already be chosen by the builder, and the builder will have their own pre-existing floor plans that you can choose from. And many times the builder will have about maybe like 5 model homes that you can tour and look at, and then you can decide on which model you want to have built for you. Now, you can have some say on some little things like the flooring or the countertops and the finishes. And because the builder already has a basic design layout in mind, these homes are faster to build than a custom built home, and these homes are generally more affordable than a custom built home. Now, the third and lowest type of new construction is the spec home. This home is built with no real buyer in mind, and the builder does like a mass production of similar homes in a community or neighborhood with the hopes of buyers coming along and buying these homes up. It's called a spec home because the builder is speculating that someone will buy these homes, and that's pretty neat. I bet you didn't know that. These homes are typically completed when they hit the market, and since these homes are built before knowing who the buyer will be, you usually can't choose the layout or the finishes or the materials. And what's really awesome about the spec home is that you don't have to wait a long time for the home to be built. There's no waiting months or a year with the custom and semi-custom home. But what could really be annoying about these homes are that they are very cookie cutter, meaning they all look the same. Everyone's home will look and be very similar in the community. And if you don't like looking like everyone else and you want to have your own personality of a home? That doesn't make sense. Have the home look the way that you want, then the spec home might not be the right home for you. So now that we went over the different types, let's go over how do you buy a new construction home? And this is a question many people have. The first thing you want to do is research builders. There's a lot of great builders out there, and then there are some not so great builders that you may want to stay away from. Make sure the builder that you choose has a good reputation and that they build the style of home that you want. Now, I'm not naming any names, but there are some builders out there that do some very cheap quality work, and they cut corners to keep prices low and to get the home project finished quickly so they can make their money. And there have been many complaints by buyers where they're having problems with their new construction home just months into moving in. Now, I'm not going to tell you who these builders are, so you'll have to research that for yourself. But your best bet is to check out different builders' websites. And I would also check out their social media pages and see what other people have to say. And don't forget to check for reviews and other opinions from buyers. And a great place to get opinions and reviews are on Reddit. And I'm sure many of you have heard of Reddit. And if you have, you're probably on it all the time. So Reddit is a social forum where you can get recommendations and see what people are saying and talking about with any topic. You're just going to type in the best builder of whatever city you live in, and you'll see tons of answers and people's opinions. And if you have any questions, you can ask in their forum, and I'm sure someone will respond to you. Now, the second thing you want to do when buying new construction is you want to hire your own realtor to represent you in the deal. Now, I know you may be thinking, well, why can't I just use the realtor that is representing the builder that is sitting in the office waiting on you to come in with a bright smile and caters to every question that you ask and can't wait for you to tour the home or the model? But one thing that many people don't know or understand is that that realtor in that office represents the builder and has the builder's best interest at heart. That realtor in the office is not looking out for your best interest at all. I know the realtor in the office is very pleasant and patient and kind and is very helpful in listening to all your questions. But remember, they represent the builder and not you. That realtor is trying to maximize the builder's profit, so they're not going to flag any issues that can affect you later. Also, that realtor is going to be less flexible on pricing and any upgrades. And yes, many people don't know that you can negotiate price when building a new home. And that's why you don't want to use the smiling, happy realtor in the office. If you are a highly qualified buyer and that builder sees that you are ready and serious and want to buy, trust me, they will be ready to negotiate with you on something like the price, maybe even closing costs or even warranties and other incentives. So stick to your own realtor, and one that definitely has experience with new construction homes. The realtor for the builder is going to stick to their builder's terms because that builder is paying them to do so. So they're not going to budge much for you. And sometimes these builders have contracts that you will have to sign that has hidden costs, and there can be clauses in the contracts that can affect your rights. So it's best to always use your own agent and your own attorney. Okay, so builders often have their own in-house lenders that they use for buyers. And that's a great thing if you can get a really good interest rate and maybe some very awesome incentives. But you are not required to use that builder's lender if you don't want to. You can still shop around for lenders, and I always recommend that you do so just so you can see if another lender can offer you better terms and interest rates. Now, if you can make it work with a builder's lender, it can be a great thing because like I said, they can offer certain perks and incentives like, maybe closing cost credits and interest rate buy down. And because the builder and lender are like working together, you can get faster approvals and a lot fewer delays. Because they're communicating regularly, it can be a very more streamlined process. Now, the downsides of using their lender is that there are limited loan options and fewer programs. And you also may have to deal with very strict qualifications than if you use a traditional lender. So definitely check the builder's lender out and make sure that you can get the best deal, but still shop around because there can be something better out there for you. Now, this is an important one, and that is research neighborhoods. And I'm sure this is something you're going to do anyways because that's how you initially start your home search anyways. That's whether you're buying a resale home or a new construction home. But just make sure where your new home will be located is where you really want to live. Often you will find many new construction homes are way farther out away from a major city and away from the many things that you can do in the city. So if you like to spend weekends in the city going to restaurants and shopping and going to fairs and events and doing all the things the city has to offer, it might be best to find a new construction home closer to the city. These homes are often way out in the middle of nowhere where it's very rural and maybe out in the middle of some cornfield somewhere and where a town hasn't been completely built up yet. And sometimes these homes are not located located in the best neighborhoods either. So make sure the home is where you really want to live, because you don't want to have any regrets later. Check out the school districts if you have children, and if you have to drive farther to work, please take into consideration the commute times and if you really want to drive that far. You know what? And most of these things are things that you would do anyway when buying any home. Now, the next thing you want to do is have a very thorough home inspection. And I know you might be thinking, well, why do I need a home inspection if my home is brand new and everything is brand new in it? I'm going to tell you to always have a home inspection like you would for any resale home. I don't care that the home was just built and it's brand new. Like I mentioned earlier, builders can cut corners that can cost you later. And a home inspection just costs, just a few $100s, and it's well worth it. Now, when you have the home inspection, you want to be sure the home is up to building codes, because the city and county inspections only check for code compliance. They are not looking at the quality of work in your new home at all. And if you find any issues with the home, it's best to ask the builder to fix the issue before you move in. And when your home inspector gives you that final home inspection report, builders will usually address any issues from that report, because they want you as a satisfied customer and they want you to spread the word. One other last thing you want to do is ask for any warranties from the builder in case something goes out and needs repair. Many new homes will have a 1-year warranty, and a final home inspection before that warranty deadline can help you catch any issues while the warranty is still covered. Some other things that you want to do when considering a new build is to set you some extra money to the side for certain items or appliances that are not covered by the builder. You all will be surprised at some things in your home that is not covered by the builder, like landscaping. Did you know that landscaping is not included with most home builds? So putting down grass and plants around the home and hiring maybe a professional and covering the cost for that will be your responsibility. Even the smallest of items for your new home, like towel racks and window shades and doorknobs, may not be included in the price. And this is often where buyers are thrown completely off guard, because some of these items like blinds and curtains depends on a particular home buyer's taste, and it's very personal. And that's why builders exclude these items in the price. Builders really try to keep their base prices low by excluding these non-essential and customizable items. My name is Cherilyn Williams with eXp Realty, and I want to thank you for tuning in to my video today. And if you have any questions about new construction homes, or if you are looking for a new construction home in the Chicago area, send me a direct message. My information is in the description. And please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel for weekly real estate content. Have a fabulous day, and thank you for watching.